Good morning. My name is Jasmine Wagner, and I'm going to try to start a video blog basically talking about my experiences that I've had thus far and moving forward regarding my breast cancer diagnosis. I've been toying with this for a while. Wasn't really sure how I wanted to handle it, and basically I've come up with the idea to hopefully, if I can keep up, once a week actually give an update, talk about how I'm doing, if I can give visual aids, and I don't know if I can help but answer any questions to any of you that are starting or are in the middle of the same journey that I am. I'm definitely not an expert. I'm learning it as I go. I don't really know anybody that's had breast cancer other than a nurse or a doctor, that actually knows what's going on as far as that's concerned. So I'm learning about it as I go, just like all of you are that are going through a similar situation. So, sorry about the little pause break there. Basically, I was diagnosed in June of this year. The lump was actually felt by a friend probably early, I don't know, February maybe, and I just completely put it off. I just didn't go to the doctor. I guess it was just one of those, oh, it's nothing, no big deal. And I've always had, I don't want to say lumps in my breast, but I guess I just have, I was told I have dense breast tissue. And so I always had things there, and I did my annuals, had the docs check, I did the whole, so I did the self-exams and all that, and, everything's come back fine all the time. So I just, put it in that category. Oh, it's fine. That's all it is. But, it wasn't. So I was preparing for a bodybuilding competition. And I typically lose a lot of weight here first. I mean, as you know, women lose it here and they lose it in their ass. So I could actually see it around, I could see the lump in my breast around, or one of them, around late May, something like that. So, excuse me, not late May, but maybe mid-May. So I kind of got freaked out, and I was like, okay, so it's time to go check it out. So went in, had to let my primary check it out. He sent me to a specialist, he sent me to get my first mammogram, and I guess I should have said I am now 38 years old. I had a birthday 2 days ago, so at the time I was 37. So when I had a mammogram, they did say that they saw something there. They weren't sure what it was, so I had to have a biopsy. And so that was the next day. And after that, I mean, it was pretty quick. I think I had a biopsy the morning of the 3rd of June, and that afternoon I actually got the wonderful news that I had breast cancer. So everything's just kind of been moving at such a fast pace since then. So I don't know, I started chemo literally, I think it was a week later, 2 weeks later. I had a port installed, which you probably have heard of before, Sorry, don't ignore the sticker. But I had a port installed, I think a week later. And then matter of fact, I had my first chemo before I had my port installed. I had my first chemo literally a week after I found out. Then I had my port installed a week after that. So it was kind of crazy. 6 rounds. TCHP, I believe, is the little cocktail that I had. I did not have the Red Devil, thank goodness. I was diagnosed stage 2 breast cancer, and I'm actually having surgery tomorrow morning. So, like I said, I had my 6 rounds done every 3 weeks. or every 3 weeks on a Friday. And did all that, completed it. I mean, obviously, lost my hair. I'll show some pictures of that if someone would like to see. It was kind of drastic, just the stages of it coming out. Yeah, did that, and you'll have to excuse me. This is off the cuff. Really, I have not planned this. I've been trying to do this video for like 2 weeks, and I just couldn't sit down and do it. So I'm actually at my job right now, preparing for a health assessment. How ironic is that? So I can do my benefits for next year. So I figured I needed to come and do this while I'm able, to do it. Anyway, getting back to that, so I've done everything. Like I said, I've done the chemo, and I'm just waiting for surgery, which is tomorrow. So I am having a bilateral double mastectomy. They actually found 2 lumps in my left breast. One was, I believe, like 2 centimeters. The other one was like 0.5 centimeters, something like that. No real history of breast cancer, although I do have like some cervical cancer, I believe lung cancer on my father's side, colon cancer, but no breast cancer. And I've done my genetic testing. All came back negative. I don't carry any genes or anything like that. But I am triple positive, which is estrogen, progesterone. I can't even pronounce the words right now. My chemo brain is just gone. And I am a HER2 positive, which HER2, I guess it deals with the receptors on the outside of the cells. They cause the cancer cells to reproduce like at a super rate. So it's just a more aggressive form of cancer, basically, being the HER2 positive. And who knows how many more surgeries are in store. I mean, I've been told I may have to have a hysterectomy. I actually have fibroids as well. I'll probably have to get those taken out. And I'll definitely have another surgery after tomorrow. I've decided to do reconstruction. So I will have expanders installed, so that'll be a journey in itself. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. This has been kind of a whirl. Like I said, it's a whirlwind. That's how it's been. It's just kind of like, oh my God. So, I mean, everybody handles it in different ways. Me, I have just decided to kind of be like, let's get it over with. What do I have to do? A, B, C, D, and that's kind of how I've functioned throughout all of this. I haven't been a boo-hooer at all. I don't even think I really cried, but maybe the day I was diagnosed, I literally called my mom maybe 10 minutes after that, and as I was telling her about it, I think I shed a few tears, but that's really it. I have not, and not saying that anybody has to do that, but I haven't like gone into a corner and boo-hoo, cry, why is it happening to me? Yeah, no, I'm more of like, hey, I have it. Let's do what I have to do to get better. So, and that's just the way it is. But I have to say, I am nervous. I mean, surgery is not any surgery. When you go under, anything can happen. So it's not even about just the breast cancer aspect. So I am a little worried about that. I mean, and I have had some wonderful people in my corner thus far. There are some really good groups on Facebook. If there are any of you watching and want to know, I could be more than happy to, give you that info. So I'm pretty prepared visually, I think, for this. I've seen lots of photos and I've got lots of advice on what to do and what to expect. So it's just more of, I guess, dealing with it from my perspective. And as you can see, I am, dealing with Texas Oncology. I love them. They're like awesome. And this is not a plug for them whatsoever. This is just what I decided to wear today. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I'm doing this whole thing for my sanity, I think. Because I haven't really found, I guess, an outlet other than to really just, look ahead. But now that the chemo's done and now that surgery is happening literally tomorrow, I'll have a lot of downtime, And I've heard that that's the time when you have the time to think, when things can kind of go awry up here. So I think doing this video, or doing these videos that I plan to do, Lord willing, will help me, and hopefully, if I can help someone else or reach someone else, or in any way, that would make me feel so good. So today being the day before surgery, I have to go get shots, which I'm not looking forward to. I mean, who likes to get shots? I will have 4 shots in this breast and 4 shots in this breast, since I am having them both removed. And that is for the, and you have to forgive me because technical terms, it's just not my thing. It's got to do with the lymph node dissection, and so I guess they're injecting some sort of, it's not dye, but it's something that goes to the I guess the primary or the main ones that are like up here. So they're only gonna take I think 3 to 5 on each side, and then they'll test them to see if the cancer has spread. If so, I'll find that out after the surgery, and then another surgery will be planned. And that would also up my cancer stage. So right now I'm stage 2A. If anything is there, if it's spread, obviously that would take me to a higher number. I can't say that does not scare me, or not really scare me, or worries me, because I just don't know. And I've had a lot of questions or seen things in some of the groups, like as I've told them that my surgery was coming up, and I told them that they were doing the lymph nodes afterwards. Why didn't they do that before? I don't know why. I have no idea. That's just the way every doctor, every hospital is different. They've decided to do it the same day that they do the, mastectomy. So it is what it is. I'm preparing mentally. And once I find that out, we'll go from there. I was an avid exercise enthusiast before. I plan to be the same way after, if not better. And hopefully, once things are back to my new normal, because I'm not really sure I'll be able to get back to my old normal. I mean, I have to be real. I am a realist. I'm a realist. We'll just see what happens. I can't say that I'm looking forward to doing pull-ups, but I used to do them beforehand. I would love to do them after. I'm also getting my implants under the muscle. I've gone back and forth with this with all of my girlfriends that compete in bodybuilding as well, like me, or they do CrossFit, or just even if they don't really work out like hardcore, and they just do smaller things. They've just told me, and if they have implants, how they've told me they've given me their 2 cents about whether it should be over or under the muscle. So I mean, it is what it is. My doctor has chosen to do them under, so that's just how it'll be. As far as the implants go, I haven't really decided what shape I think I'm going to get round, and I know they have to be silicone. But I guess I will cross that bridge once we get to it. I have to deal with the expanders first. Definitely can't say I'm looking forward to that. Because of the drains. So those of you who don't know, or don't know anything about the mastectomies, there's a lot of buildup of fluid in that area where they just removed all the tissue. So that can't stay. So they're gonna have 2 drains on each side coming down with these crazy balls, and they call them grenades, where the fluid will come out of. And I have to drain that a couple times a day, and I guess once it reaches a certain point, the doctors will, or once so much liquid comes out, it has to be like a small amount. Once that comes out, or once that stops coming out, then they'll take the drains out, and we'll go from there with adding the fluid into the expanders, making room for the new implants. So yeah, that's basically it. And like I said, you'll have to forgive me because I'm probably going to end up doing all of my videos. Like I said, Lord willing, that I'm able to do this. I'm not a video editor in any way. I don't have any type of apps, video editing equipment or whatsoever. I'm probably going to have to download something now and see if I can figure it out. I will probably end up doing a video after I get home. Hell, I might do one before if I can stomach it in the hospital, and then one after, and then maybe go from there and see how it flows. But I will say that this has really opened my eyes, and I guess it would because it's happened to me. I never really thought that 1 in 8 statistic would happen to me. I ate right. I was, in good shape. Got my 8 hours of sleep, drank plenty of water. I thought I was a healthy person. But it just goes to show that cancer doesn't care. It's kind of crazy. It's just like, I never thought that I would be that person that said, I have cancer. So, it is what it is. And I'm dealing with it the best way I can. So I hope that this video will inspire someone to get a mammogram, get tested. It's so important that we know our health situation. Running away from it, hiding, or putting it off because we're scared, I have to say that's not an excuse. And I feel bad about the fact that I waited. If I got tested, I don't know, back in February, March when I first felt it. I know that's a short amount of time, I guess, 2 or 3 months. But the fact that I am HER2 positive and the cells divide at a quicker rate than normal cells, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't have had to do chemo. Maybe I would have had to take a pill or take chemo that way versus, them putting it in my veins or in my body, and I might not have had to lose all my hair, who knows, all the what ifs. And then what if I had waited now? What if I hadn't been tested up to this point? Who knows what stage I'd be at, or what, where I would be. And, that's just life. It's just, you can't run away from it. And the fact that I am now 38, 37 at diagnosis, that really tells me that this whole thing about being 40 and getting your first mammogram, they so need to lower that. It's ridiculous. I think while I was doing chemo, I met I think the lady was in her late 20s, and she was diagnosed. It ran in her family, and she was, kind of sort of prepared for that. But still, being 40, oh my God, I know just going through chemo, so many women, not personally, just going through the Facebook groups that I have been a part of, that so many women have passed that were under 40, that were under my age, from cancer. It's just ridiculous. So, sometimes people probably don't even know, or people don't find out that they have it until it's too late. Or family members will find out if someone has passed away, they had cancer. It's like, oh my God, So, I really hope at some point that they decide to change this, the date, and, allow women to be tested or get their mammograms, and that the insurance covers them. Because I will tell you what, this whole experience has opened my eyes also to the medical industry, the insurance industry, and, it's not cheap. Cancer is not cheap at all. So, yeah, I think I've said that probably about 4 or 5 times now. So, and it is after 8 o'clock, and I need to go get my health assessment done so I can get that insurance for next year, because it looks like for the next 5 to 10 years, Jasmine's going to reach her deductible. Let me end with, I do have a GoFundMe page if you would like to donate. Even if you don't want to donate, hey, just read my story and pass it on, or if you choose not to, it's, totally up to you. I just want to try to spread the word as far as helping people. I know there are a million people out there that have their own personal story. I guess this is just mine. So, if I reach one person, that's awesome. And I will be also doing updates on that page for people that don't have YouTube or don't use YouTube, So I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Again, go get tested. It's super serious. I'm living proof. And we'll see you next time.